I'm Kaylee Kornhauser. I'm a PhD student at Oregon State University. When I moved away to college, I was friends with a lot of people who rode bikes, and I thought that I had to look like them and bike like them to be a biker, like to be a cyclist. And then I started seeing these online communities like Unlikely Hikers and Fat Girls Hiking, and I was like, well, what the heck? Maybe I don't have to approach this as a way to change my body. I could just approach it as like a thing I like doing. And then I came across Marley, another fat woman who rides bikes, a lot of stuff. And we were like, what if we did that in biking?
All right, ready?
Yeah. I love starting with like a gradual downhill.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever done this. I usually start with like a giant
I know.
So All Bodies on Bikes is Kaylee and I's idea that all people, regardless of what size body you're in or age or gender or ability level, should be able to enjoy riding a bicycle.
This is so cool. Ooh, fun. Oh my gosh.
This is a big movement. You know, like 60% of women wear over a size 14. There's just so much possibility there.
This is Frog Lake Loop. It's a 40-mile loop around Timothy, Clear Lake, Little Crater Lake, and Frog Lake. The first day is mostly downhill.
Ooh, this is a little bit spicy.
The route totals a little under 4,000 feet of climbing.
I mean, I think I can make it to that first little tree. Let's try it. Oh, dang. All right, I'm off. Sometimes when I'm doing things like this, I like to pretend like I'm like an ox in an Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Just like getting my family to safety.
Your ox family or your people family?
My people family. There we go. We did it.
So gravel biking is, you know, really just riding your bike on a dirt road, but it's become a whole genre of biking.
Tell your sister, love your brother, leave all your love and your love behind.
But really it's about riding next to people. For me at least, that's what I love about it. Oh, it is a tunnel. Look at it.
This is cool. Whoa! Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is kind of scary.
I took my sunglasses off. A huge other part of our work in biking is really like Instagram influencing, as silly as that sounds to say.
We're all about getting all sorts of bodies onto bicycles.
Oh, and do you all train or
No?
you just go out and do it? So it's painful? No, I mean,
Look up All Bodies on Bikes. It's like
I will.
the most positive, welcoming community ever.
it's awesome.
And it is.
Yeah. We decided just to check out Little Crater Lake with my family. Lo and behold, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's All Bodies on Bikes. So, yeah, and I followed them on IG. I'm a big fan.
You're a fan, right, Ellie? You're a fan. You're a fan.
I just like the body positivity and just like, yeah, inclusiveness.
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh,
It's one of the ways that I got really into biking. It's seeing photos of people that looked really cool in a really amazing place.
1, 2, 3. Boop.
But there were no fat people. There were also no people of color. There were no queer people. It was really this, you know, the straight, you know, smaller bodied white men that I was looking at and aspiring to be. So now there's just so many more people that you can aspire to be. And I think, you know, as much as there are some negative sides of social media and influencing, there are some positives.
A big part of being an influencer is just sharing our experiences. So like brands pay me and give us product to then promote on our social media channels. I only partner with companies that I know, but also like they need to hold the same values that I hold. I get companies asking me to like promote their product or be an ambassador. I'm like, you don't even make an extra large. Like, why would I promote you? And I'm always trying to push those brands to do more and to be more inclusive. We did it. It's beautiful.
The mountain is a little underwhelming.
The mountain is underwhelming, but all of this is beautiful. I'm ready for dinner and the tent.
This is Timothy Lake, the bike and hiking trail around the lake, heading out to Meditation Point.
Being on the bike is almost like a meditative state where I can just be who I am. There was some like drug and alcohol abuse in my family. There's also some mental illness in my family. So I've like had depression and anxiety since I was a teenager.
That's pretty awesome.
I think finding the bicycle, getting medication has really changed my life.
You know, there's all of these barriers that limit people's access to biking. For me, like the mental barrier of no matter how much I bike, I will typically be the slowest person. Oh.
Need help?
Got it. Thank you.
You know, I've been left behind so many times, and it's like nobody wants to be left out. And I just always felt like I was the one who was left out. And so I feel like now that I'm in a position of relative power, hi friends! Hi! I can make sure that doesn't happen to anyone else. So thank you all for coming to the All Bodies on Bikes ride. So we started leading rides and people were on board with like a no drop ride. Going on group rides can be really freaking scary and intimidating, and it doesn't have to be. A no drop ride is where nobody gets left behind on a group ride. We're gonna take care of each other out there. So basically, you intentionally have somebody called a sweeper at the back who makes sure that everyone gets where they're going. Great, let's ride bike. And we just had a really, really great ride. We had like 60 people show up of all sorts of ages, and it was, I just feel so happy about it.
Luckily, it's not too steep, but it is a long climb. Most of that happened on the second day.
Yeah, we're chugging up this hill. There was a couple other bike packers coming down, and it was pleasantries of, hey, have a great trip.
Hey, wait a minute, you're...
And then they like slammed on their brakes. I was like, whoa, you're.
All bodies on bikes. You guys are celebrities.
You guys are awesome! Were you prepped to say that?
No, she would've
It was
said
actually really cool. I didn't ever expect to meet them.
You don't get to meet movie stars every day.
A film crew followed us from Corvallis to the coast on a bike packing trip.
But it also like doesn't matter what size you are.
And it was just so cool to like share that experience.
I see the city in the morning.
There's a scene where, you know, I take off my dress and jump into the ocean, and the first time I saw that, I hated it so much. I'd never seen my body like that before. And now, I don't know, I have underwear companies being like, hey, will you model for us? I'm like, yeah, great, let's do it. Like, it's empowering. And now it's like, I can't stop getting naked on camera. Like, it's wild.
That's awesome. Seriously, your guys' movie was like ridiculously inspirational.
That's so
There
great.
might have been tears.
There were tears.
I just got signed to Pearl Izumi as like a professional athlete. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's interesting, like I had for so long felt ashamed about my body size or something I was trying to change about myself, you know. Should I have like 6 miles left?
Sweet. Getting there.
But from the moment I started writing about myself as a fat person, something changed in me and people really resonated with it. It's definitely solidified in my head, like, okay, that was the right thing to start like loving myself, because it turns out a lot of people like this version of me better than the one who was trying to make myself smaller.
I quit my corporate job a couple weeks ago, and now I'm doing this. What is this? Good question.
Wow.
I have ideas and I have potential. We did it! I'm just excited for where this could go.
Wow, what a view.
And it makes me feel like we're on the right path.